Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Falling Over Books. For today's video I am doing my May wrap up. So in the month of May I read 18 books plus one book I DNF'd, and 5 of those books that I read were physical copies and the rest were on my Kindle. May was like a horrible month for reading physical books. I just didn't really read that much. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't read a lot in May. I don't know. But anyways, let's just get started. The first book I read in the month of May was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This I gave 4 stars. I liked it. I didn't like it as much as book 2. Like book 2 to me was just like out of this world amazing. But this one it was really long and some parts were kind of boring, and I did enjoy it, but I don't know. And the fact that this is like the final book within the trilogy, like there's going to be a couple other books, but those are more like companion books or like other books in the series. But this is like the finale for Feyre, and this was just not what I expected the finale to be like. I thought there was actually going to be more books, but I guess not. I guess the other books are companion books, which I did not know. Yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed with the way this one ended, but I mean, I still really liked it. I cried, I think, like twice. So, I don't know, I did like it, but it just wasn't what I had hoped for, I guess. So yeah, and I got the one with the cool art on the inside, which I'm really, really happy with. I'll show you the other side. Yeah, so I just gave it 4 stars. I liked it, but I wasn't, like, it was enjoyable and there was lots of action, but I just felt like a lot of parts were really unnecessary. It was just really long, so. Next book I finished in May was Always and Forever, Laura Jean by Jenny Holland. This is the 3rd and final book in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. I'm really happy she came out with a 3rd book, because P.S. I Still Love You was very disappointing because I thought it was like going to be a duology, and that ending was very disappointing. So I'm really happy there was a 3rd book. This I gave 4 stars. I didn't love it like as much as I'd hoped. Like book 1 is still my favorite. I enjoyed it, but I felt like maybe because there was such a long time since I've read the first 2 books that I just didn't like the characters as much. But I'm really happy with the ending and with the series overall. Yeah, but I gave it 4 stars. Next book was a book I DNF'd, and this I actually had started reading in April, but I just could not continue, and that is All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker. I didn't really think about how heavy this book would be. It deals with assault and rape, and it's very graphic. Like it describes everything, and this book just gave me so much anxiety. Like I just was having a hard time reading it, and I wanted to continue it because it was such an interesting book, and like I did like the writing and the way that the story was told so far, but I literally just could not continue. Like for my own sanity, I just could not continue. It was just too much for me. I think I read like 26 pages and then I had to put it down because it was just way too graphic and way too heavy. If you are okay with those kinds of books, like usually I'm not, like, usually I'm fine with, or not fine, but usually like I'm okay with other kinds of books that are graphic or whatever, but this one was just like, I feel like it was way too much for me. I don't know, it just was a lot, so I DNF'd it, which I'm really sad about, but it was just too heavy for me, and honestly I'm getting like anxiety flashbacks from thinking about reading this book, so it was a no-go for me. Next I read Until Sage by Aurora Rose Reynolds. This is the 2nd book in the Until companion series. It's new adult romance, and this I gave 4 stars. I really liked it. her books are getting better and better, and her writing's getting better and better. I just love her books. They're really easy and quick to read. So next, I read All About the D by Lex Martin and Leslie McAdam. This I gave 2 stars. I tried to read it like 3 times. I finished it, but there was just something about it I didn't really like. I think it was maybe like both of the main characters I didn't like. There was just, I don't know, it just wasn't my type of romance book. Maybe because it was really slow and just like a long book. I don't know, I just wasn't really a big fan. Craving Lily by Nicole Jacqueline. This is the 4th book in the Ace's Sons series. This I gave 4 stars. I really liked it. I love her books. I just continue to keep reading them and they just keep impressing me. I just really like her writing and her books and her stories. I find them all very different. So I give this one 4 stars. Next, I read The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. This is a massive contemporary. And I gave this 3 stars. I liked it, but I did not, like, it was just way too long. Like, it did not need to be this long of a book. It's super long. The writing is tiny. And I was just, like, bored a lot of the time. Like, and I there's something about the writing style I didn't really like. Like, I wasn't really a fan. I think the only character I liked in this book was Bex. I didn't really like the prince. Like, I don't know, I just wasn't really a fan, and which is sad because this is a massive contemporary and so many people like this book and I'm just like, eh. I don't know, this isn't, I don't know. It just wasn't for me, I guess. There were parts of it I liked, but then there were parts of it that I didn't like or just didn't care about. So I gave it 3 stars. I mean, it was not horrible, but it wasn't like blew me away amazing. It was just a decent read. Then I read Boys South of Mason-Dixon by Abby Glines. This I gave 3 stars. Definitely probably one of my least favorite books by her. I just didn't really like where the story went. It just went a really weird way and I just was not into it, I guess. Then I read Rocked Up by Karina Hale and Scott McKenzie. This I gave 3 stars. It was alright. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing. Decent. Then I read Smart House by Mimi Jean Pamphilhoff. Probably saying that so wrong. This I gave 2 stars. It was alright. Then I read Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. This I gave 4 stars. It was so good. The reason why I'm not giving it 5 is because it's just really short. I don't feel like I completely connected to all the characters because it's such a short book. I definitely want to pick up the next one, which is coming out this month. Yeah, I really loved it. I highly recommend it. You probably have already all read it, but I loved it. It was so good. So good. I gave it 4 stars. Then I read The Virgin Promise by Penny Wilder. This I gave 2 stars. Taking His Virgin by Lila Younger. This I gave 2 stars. Then I read Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. This I gave 2 stars. I loved the writing style. The writing style is definitely what made me give it 2 stars. The writing style was just so beautiful and unique. I really liked it. But it was the characters I just wasn't a fan of. I understand this book deals with marriage and the course of a long marriage. And I understand what the author was doing with this book and like I understand everything, but I just didn't like the characters. I know that was kind of the point of the book, is that no character is perfect, but it just made me not like any of the characters. And like, how am I supposed to enjoy a book when I don't like either of them? Like, I really liked the first part, and then Fates, and then Furies was the second part, and the beginning of that I was like, I do not like this. But it got better as it went on, but I don't know, I guess if you like adult fiction and are into dysfunctional marriages, then go ahead and read this, but honestly, I just didn't like it. I don't know. Then I read Dating-ish by Penny Reed. This is the 6th book in the Knitting in the City series. I haven't read this series in like order, but I read this one because I'd heard amazing things about it. I gave it 4 stars. It was so good. The beginning was kind of slow, but I feel like a lot of Penny Reed's books are kind of slow within the beginning, and then you kind of really get into the story. This one was great. Her Virgin Secret by Lila Younger. This I gave 2 stars. If you didn't already figure it out, I'm trying to find another author similar to Alexa Riley, and I haven't yet, so. My Roommate's Girl by Juliana Keyes, I'm not sure. This I received an ARC from NetGalley, and this I gave 3 stars. I enjoyed it, but it's not something that I would reread or like buy my own copy. I liked it, but it was alright. It was decent. Next is Buns by Alice Clayton. This is the 3rd book in the Hudson Valley series. This I gave 3 stars. I liked it, but I also didn't love it. Like, I liked it, it was enjoyable, it was fun, it was angsty, but again, not something I'd reread. And the last book I read in the month of May was When It's Real by Erin Watts. This I gave 4 stars. I really liked this. It was super cute and fun and yet angsty and just great. I really liked it. It's kind of a young adult / new adult romance about like a rock star and a fake girlfriend. It was just great. I loved it. Yes, so those are all the books I read in the month of May. It wasn't really a great reading month for me, which is really sad. Hopefully this month is better. I already kind of have plans of certain books that I want to read, so hopefully it gets better this month. Let me know how many books you read in the month of May. Let me know which ones were your favorites. And thank you for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.